So we have a very interesting report out today. And I want to talk about this because what we are seeing is a colossal dust storm that is making its way from the Sahara Desert. It's currently crossing the Caribbean, and now it's making its way towards the United States, which we, according to reports, will be hit with sometime towards the later part of this week. Now, I want to break this down. I want to explain what's going on. This is something that we normally see, but again, this is important to note why this is happening. So I'll break all this down in just a moment, explain what is going on and why millions of people in the southern and eastern part of the United States will really see a lot of this dust up in the air. So I'll break this down in just a moment, explain what is going on and how this will impact all of us. But first, all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now, let's begin. So first off, let's get right down to it. Let's read this. It says, a colossal cloud of Sahara dust is smothering the Caribbean en route to the U.S. Okay, is this something we should be concerned with? Well, this is something that happens a few times a year. Okay, I want to read this to you. It says right here, a massive cloud of dust from the Sahara Desert blanketed most of the Caribbean on Monday in the biggest event of its kind this year as it heads towards the United States. It says the cloud extended some 2,000 miles from Jamaica to well past Barbados in the Eastern Caribbean, and some 750 miles from the Turks and Caicos Islands in the Northern Caribbean down south to Trinidad and Tobago. Okay, why is this important? Well, here's what you need to know. The hazy skies unleashed sneezing, coughs, and watery eyes across the Caribbean, with local forecasters warning that those with allergies, asthma, and other conditions should remain indoors or wear face masks if outdoors. Now, for those in Florida, in the south, kind of the southern, part of the East Coast, you've seen this before. It's nothing new, but for others, it could be a little bit different. Okay, so if you have allergies, you have a cough, you sneeze, right? Anything like that, you may want to wear a mask or just stay inside for this time. Now, these are the states where it's going to hit. Okay, let me read this to you. It says the plume is expected to hit Florida, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi late this week and into the weekend. Keep in mind that this dust cloud could also shift. If we see winds, it will shift. Now, I want to play you this clip. This clip is from a news channel like 4 days ago, 5 days ago, something like that. And they're talking about this dust storm, this dust plume, and why and how it made it into the United States. Okay, listen to this right here. Because again, it's going to give you a very good idea of what this summer is going to look like as far as hurricanes and stuff like that.
It's more of a symptom of how quiet things are across the tropics that allows the Saharan dust to make it all the way across the Atlantic. If we had low pressure systems out there, if we didn't have strong zonal flow, if we had a lot of moisture instead of dry, gusty wind, then we wouldn't be able to see the Saharan dust making it here. And so people love Saharan dust because it does, in general, coincide with very quiet conditions in the tropics.
Right there. Okay, we'll listen to a little bit more of this in just a second, but when you see the Saharan dust, this means that the conditions in the tropics are very tame. Okay? This means our hurricane season may be a little bit calmer. We're not going to have massive hurricanes. That's good news. So again, the bad news is you may see the dust. The good news is your house will likely still be there because we're going to see calmer conditions. So that's pretty good news. Let's keep reading. Let's keep watching.
This is the time of the year that we see Saharan dust really peaking across our area. And unlike Europe, when they get the Saharan dust, they're too close. So it piles up on cars. It reduces visibility. It causes lots of problems. By the time the plume of dust makes it to us, you can see in this forecast here, this is for Thursday, so right now. Mm-hmm. And then by Friday, that plume's starting to make its way a little bit closer to the Lesser Antilles.
Keep in mind, she said Thursday, which is right now. This video was done at the end of last week. Okay, so
we've got some kind of fingers of dust across the Gulf right now, and so that's probably what's making for those gorgeous sunsets. But the more thick plumes like you see over Puerto Rico right now and over the Lesser Antilles by Sunday, that really dissipates quite a bit as it gets into the Gulf. Now, it does look like we're going to see some of that thicker dust by the beginning of next week. And so if you have extreme respiratory sensitivities, you're used to, of course, having to wear a mask when there's smoke outside, that sort of a thing. Some folks with a very inflamed asthma, chronic lung conditions, they're used to whenever there's a forest fire or Saharan dust or some other aggravating factor up north. A lot of time it's pollution.
You can see right there, you can see the wind kind of pushing it into the southern part of the United States. This is easily going to hit into Texas as well. But the reason why I'm bringing this to your attention is because many people haven't really experienced this. Okay, even though you live in the South, you may not really experience this. And part of the reason why is because of the timing, especially if it's at night. I showed you this right here. This shows it's Wednesday at 8 p.m. So Wednesday night, midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, sometime around there on Thursday morning. That's when you could really see the dust. But again, it's going to be nighttime. People will be sleeping. So it just wouldn't really impact you. But again, still important. Now, I want to read this to you. Okay, look at this right here. It says June and July usually have the highest dust concentration on average, with plumes traveling anywhere from 5,000 feet to 20,000 feet above the ground. In June 2020, a record-breaking cloud of Sahara dust smothered the Caribbean. The size and concentration of the plume hadn't been seen in a half a century, prompting forecasters to nickname it the Godzilla dust cloud. Okay. Do we think we're going to see the Godzilla dust cloud or the second rendition of it? Probably not. Okay. Odds are not going to happen. But here's the thing. We've been experiencing very different conditions. Not just here in the United States, but around the world as well, even in the tropics. So we are going to see something different. We may not have a massive hurricane season, but what we have, again, is likely going to be different. We're seeing climates change. This is what we're going to experience. So, just want to share this with you because I know a lot of people are wondering, is this something we should be concerned with? Well, here on the West Coast, we don't hear a lot about this. But this is still something that we could see. We could see the air quality change. If that's the case, you have extreme allergies, maybe you just stay inside for the next few days, right? Wear a mask if you have to go out. It's that simple. So, I will leave you with that, but that is what we know as of today. Yes, there's a massive Saharan dust cloud that is coming, that is likely going to hit the United States sometime today, leading into the rest of this week, but it's not going to impact every single one of us. But what it could do if the wind changes, that's the concern, is it could spread throughout the United States. So, if you have any questions on this, please ask your questions down in the comment section below. But that is what we know as of today. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.